Right, welcome back to Punches and Pundits. Before we start this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube. Get out our socials, all of that stuff. But this is a brand new video. And let me give a bit of context here. Saturday night, late night, I'm tired. But this main event that we had last Saturday, it intrigued me. It intrigued me because we know what we're going to get when it comes to a Cannonier fight. Dude is gritty. Yeah, he's never quite managed to get over the hill in terms of becoming a champion. But dude is not a joke. And the question marks was more along the lines of Caio Borralho, the fighting nerd. And this is where I want to take this video. I want to take this video to the fighting nerds. What the hell is going on with the fighting nerds? Who the hell are the fighting nerds? Putting on their glasses after they've just smoked someone, like what's going on with that? Because I was like, all right, I've seen Borralho before. I knew he was a top 15 middleweight and that he was good. Earlier in his UFC career, he was called boring. Don't know if you lots watched the fight last Saturday, but that was a scrap. Borralho is not boring. Anyhow, what really interested me was the actual fighters under the fighting nerds. And you got Borralho, who's 7-0 in the UFC, who's now a top 5. And we're going to have a little chat about the middleweight division because obviously we had the title fight. We're going to have a little talk about that, the landscape at 185. But it's the rest of the names. Carlos Prates is a fighting nerd. One of the slickest strikers I've seen in a while, and I'm not joking. On the podcast with Mo, I said, give him a top 15. And I stand by that. Give him a top 15. And it might not be long before he is like Borralho in the top 5. Don't, like, if he can even wrestle, just, if his takedown defense even is remotely just as good as his striking, just keep it on the feet, then he's a real problem. We know Prates, what he done to Lee. Lee never been knocked out, smoked him, destroyed him. Anyhow, and then you just look at more of the names. Gene Silva. Are you joking? The man that smoked Drew Dober. The man that sent Charles Jourdain to bantamweight. He's not a joke either. So what's going on? What's going on with the fighting nerds? What's going on with these Brazilians? Yeah, because they are cold. They are cold, and the whole gimmick. I don't even know if it's a gimmick, but the glasses fighting nerds. Yeah, we're nerds, but we'll smoke you. I love it. I'm here for it. And before too long, you might have a UFC champion fighting nerd. Don't think that might not happen. And realistically, right now, I mean, when you think of Brazil, you think of Shitterbox, right? Think of Charles Oliveira. He's the one that really like got over the line and became that true superstar. But there's a couple names in there. Prates 100%'s got star potential. 100%. Silva, he is scary. I know he missed weight against Jourdain. I don't like that. But Oliveira's missed weight in his career and stuff. He fought Doba and he was on weight. So we'll let that slide. And then Borralho, 7-0. To be 7-0 in the UFC, you have to be flipping good in the middleweight division. And now he's top 5. So how far can these fighting nerds take it? They could be a champion at some point, 100 billion%. But we're going to focus a little bit more on Borralho because he was the one that fought at the weekend and he is now a top 5 middleweight. Now let me get the rankings up right now. So he has jumped 7 places in the rankings. Oh my goodness. So obviously you got Duplessis, like keeping his belt against Adesanya. Sean Strickland, number 1 contender. He's going to fight Duplessis. But under that, Adesanya. Now, Adesanya's coach, I'm pretty sure Eugene Behrman said that he will fight again this year, guaranteed. I'm looking at the names. Who could Adesanya fight? Who could He's not fighting one of these upcoming contenders. And it's funny I say that because Borralho called him out. He called out Adesanya. Now, do I think he's going to get that fight? Nah. There's no way Adesanya goes for that. But he's 5 in the world now. Imavov is 4. Imavov is putting his ranking on the line against Brendan Allen, who's gone down 1. But obviously will have a chance to crack the top 5 if he beats Imavov in Paris. And that's a real opportunity for Brendan Allen. And Brendan Allen is one of those fighters, we spoke about it with Mo. Very under the radar, but his grappling is slick. His grappling is not a joke. I know he got starched by Strickland during the Apex days, but the run that he's been on since, he's took care of people. You do not want to go to the ground with him. And Imavov on the feet, you think, especially if it's a clean kickboxing fight, he might have the advantage. But man, if it goes to the ground, I see Brendan Allen getting busy there, man. I see him getting busy. I can't lie. Then obviously you got Whitaker, who's fighting Chimaev, who's 12. But obviously, Chimaev's got name value, etc. So it is what it is, and it's a rebooking. Costa is 9th. Jared Cannonier's obviously gone down. And by the way, but going back to that fight, Borralho, damn man, he nearly. I mean, there was a point in time where Cannonier looked like he saw the moon within the apex. Like he was just buzzed off. Borralho's not a joke. I rate him highly. Like people won't say, yeah, you can become champion, but obviously he had a tough fight against Cannonier. But he nearly knocked him out. Yeah. And if it weren't for Cannonier being a flipping tough dude, like we've seen Whitaker nearly finish him. Like he is very hard to finish. Up until recently, who finished him recently? Was it Imavov? But it was kind of an early stoppage, wasn't it? So my guess is, how do I feel like this 185 division is gonna play out? Du Plessis fight Strickland. Does that fight happen this year? Oh no, it doesn't. Because Du Plessis does like a nice little break as well. So I'll say that happens first quarter of next year. And what that means is, well, Adesanya wants to fight this year. There's not too many names. Because you know Hamza, if he beats Whitaker, why would he take that Adesanya fight? If Hamza beats Robert Whitaker, he's getting that title shot. I've said this on the podcast. It's happening. Too much name value, too much. Finally, this guy's arrived at the promised land of a title shot. Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of us expected Hamzat to have a title shot a long time ago. We're in 2024. All his escapades on Fight Island was 2020. That was 4 years ago. 4. It's been a while. So if he beats Whitaker, it's an immediate title shot. So on name value, who the hell is Adesanya gonna fight? If I'm Adesanya, I'll wait until everything plays out because there's no name that stands out. And is he really gonna fight just an upcoming contender after he's had title fight after title fight? How many title fights has Izzy had in a row? A disgusting amount. Izzy title fights in a row. I think it was like, man, it was a crazy amount. Crazy amount. So he's not fighting no upcomer like hungry Borralho. Like it's not happening. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just not happening. Other than that, we got a nice little. Actually, do you know what? We got a nice little fight this weekend, don't we? We got a nice little scrap this weekend. Got Sean Brady against Gilbert Burns. What's the rest of the card? Where's this one happening? Is this in a arena? Hold on. Is this in an arena? That's what I'm trying to find out. Surely they haven't put in the Apex. Any decent fights on this card? Main card, Jessica Andrade against Natalia Silva in the flyweight bout. Featherweight, Kyle Nelson against Steve Garcia. Matt Schnell, always entertaining, whether he gets knocked out or he knocks out the other person. Trevor Peak, remember just watching him just go like this. He's a mad guy. Ryan Spann against Ovinson Prue on the prelims. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shout out my Brazilian fighters, man. I know there's videos about fighting nerds and stuff, but Felipe dos Santos, he's the one that stepped in short notice against Manel Cap. He's a goer. He likes to fight. I rate him highly. He went in against Manel Cap and like had a flipping war with him. So he's fighting. I will be locked in for that. But regarding the main event, it's can't lie. What are the odds? Sean Brady, slight favorite. Okay. Man, Gilbert Burns' last fight, that was a nasty knockout, I can't lie. JDM did put him in a yeah. Even though Gilbert Burns was winning that fight. But that was a nasty knee. And you could just tell Gilbert Burns was he just wanted the takedown to just ride out the fight, and you just can't move like that. You just can't. And JDM just timed it perfect. And that's just how MMA goes. But Sean Brady, what was Sean Brady's last fight? It was Kelvin Gastelum, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. He looked pretty decent, to be fair, in that fight. He's been on and off though, Sean Brady. A lot of injuries in his career. Where is he ranked? He's ranked at 8. I remember, obviously, the fight with Bilal was a big dent, but now you look at Bilal, who's now the champion and stuff. But you let Bilal knock you out, it's never a good look. Do you know what I'm trying to say? As good as Bilal is, and we have to say Bilal is flipping good, yeah. But yeah, do you know what? Gilbert Burns getting a bit old, isn't he? Gilbert Burns is just getting a little bit old. How old is? Yeah, Sean Brady's hitting his prime in 31 years old, isn't he? Submission Kimura. Oh my! So Sean Brady didn't fight from October, nearly a year, and then he hasn't fought since December. The Calvin Gastelum fight was in December. I'm going for Sean Brady actually. I think Sean Brady will beat Gilbert Burns. I feel like that's a nasty knockout. I feel like at their best, Gilbert Burns. I would give Gilbert Burns a real shot, but nah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think about the fighting nerds. Could one of them actually become a champion? Let me know how you think the middleweight division is going to play out. And lastly, let me know who you think is going to win between Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady happening this weekend. Punches and pundits, we're out.